parents that we're angels. We deliver their kids to school every day safely and on time. We make sure they're home and in their houses safely every day after school.
And they do much more as well, yet federal funding for their much-needed program has been put on hold. And good evening to you. It's called the Walking School Bus Program, and it was a lifeline as well as a safety net for 250 Cincinnati school children just last year.
But Local 12 has learned that safety net collapsed this year because funding for the project has gotten snagged up at the National Institute of Justice in Washington. And it's putting those kids right back into very risky situations. Rich Jaffe joins us now from over the Rhine with a story you'll see only on Local 12. Rich.
Paula, school buses don't pick up kids within a 1-mile radius of the schools. So you can imagine elementary school kids walking through a neighborhood like this can be somewhat dangerous. Now, last year, Rothenberg was one of 8 schools where the parent partners in the school bus project made sure that kids got to and from school safely. While school for CPS started yesterday, the walking school bus is stalled. The basic goal of the walking school bus, which started last year, is to get kids safely to and from school through neighborhoods like this. When word got out about a week ago that the unique project was on hold this year, those involved were floored.
That's what went through my mind, is all the people in need. What are they going to do?
Funded by a federal grant through the National Institute of Justice, after 4 weeks of training, the parent or grandparent escorts make roughly $10 an hour working 4-hour days.
Not only do they keep them safe, but they create these bonds that are like family, and it's so important to these kids, you know. They need as much love and support as we can give them.
The conductors, as they're called, also do a lot more than just walk kids to school in 8 dangerous neighborhoods.
The 1 year that we had the program going, we helped Cincinnati Police Department identify a prostitution ring. We saved kids from being hit by cars. Needles. We've gotten 3 properties cleaned up. 1 of them tore down. We have saved them from pit bull attacks. We have saved them from bullies.
Carmen Burks put the program together and says while it was a 3-year grant, no one in Washington will explain why year 2's funding was put on hold.
They have tried to bury us in paperwork for weeks upon weeks, and anything that they've asked us for, we have complied with and supplied them with that information. And so we're at a loss as to why they will not release our funds. We have asked them again and again and again.
So when school started without the walking school bus, it hurt.
Yesterday after school, I actually had a student that walked with us last year walk up to me and say, "Miss Jelly, where does the walking school bus stand this year?" And I was like, "We don't have a walking school bus right now." And he was like, "Miss Jelly, I don't know how I'm going to get home."
Broke your heart, didn't it? We talked yesterday with Cincinnati Public School Superintendent Mary Ronan about the lack of project, and she told us that CPS is working with Cincinnati Police, AAA, and crossing guards to try and fill that gap. But that effort does not even come close to what the Walking School Bus project did. And it is possible that officials at CPS don't even understand the Walking School Bus project because in the entire year that it was running, not one single board member from CPS ever went out and walked with those conductors or the kids, so they may not even realize what they've lost. In Over the Rhine, Rich Jaffe, Local 12 News. Paula?
Rich, in the past, could any family say, "I want my child to be involved in this" if they were less than a mile from school, or was it just targeted neighborhoods?
It was any of those 8 neighborhoods, and in fact they were planning, up until they got the funding yanked, to expand to 4 more schools and include even more kids in this. So it was really getting a lot of steam because it was doing such a great job with those kids. But now, all of a sudden, the entire project's on hold and nobody will really say why. And quite frankly, there aren't very many people going to bat for them, and there's something wrong with that part of it.
Yeah, well, thank you for bringing this to our attention. We reached out to the National Institute of Justice and also Deputy Director Robert Spivak for some answers as to what's happened with the funding. At this point, we have not heard back. We will let you know if we do. For more information on the project, you can go to our website, local12.com.